Hi you guys, my name is Ellen Rasmussen and this is my channel. We are going to be talking everything fragrances today. I have lined up 10 fragrances for a new year, new start, new you. These scents are not ranked. It all depends on what you want out of a fragrance. I have my perfumes over here, so I'm going to be looking this way a couple of times throughout the video, and I also have my script here where I have all the notes written down. Without any further ado, I am going to present to you the first fragrance of today, and that is Venezia 1920. And this is such a stunning fragrance, and it's called Grey Velvet. This has been in my collection for quite some time, and it is, if I have to admit it, it is my absolute favorite fig fragrance. It is absolutely stunning, and the packaging is beautiful, and you have like these gorgeous details on the bottle. So I'm going to read to you the notes that I have lined up here. So this is an extrait de parfum, and it is such a luxurious fragrance. Like, you will not find a fig fragrance on the market that is this delicious. I also have Diptyque Philosophicus. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I also have their fig fragrance, and this beats that any time of day. This has more depth. This is more long-lasting. This is more complex. This is a stunner. So the house Venezia 1920 has a couple of fragrances, but this is my favorite out of all of their fragrances. I haven't tested their white bottled fragrance yet, but with the ones that I do have, I have 3 of their fragrances. This is without a doubt my absolute favorite. And the head note in this is amber. Heart notes are plum, coconut, fig, and then you have in the base notes raspberry, musk, and sandalwood. I have my tester strip right here, and we're going to be spraying it and we're going to be sniffing it together. So you can see the atomizer is absolutely stunning. This leaves such a gorgeous layer of fragrance on you. You don't have to be worried about it only hitting one spot because the atomizer spreads out the fragrance so beautifully. And I love this fragrance. This has a lot of sandalwood in it. Like, it's a sandalwood heavy fragrance. And you have the combination of the fig and the coconut, because fig in itself can smell kind of coconutty. And in this scent, they've actually added some coconut to make it a little bit more coconutty heavy. And you get a creamy, delicious coconut. It just makes the fig more creamy. And you have this beautiful raspberry that gives the fragrance sweetness. And it's a light fragrance, but I wouldn't spray heavy with it because it develops into a stronger fragrance on the skin. And I would say the lasting power on my skin is all day. 10 hours plus. It sticks to your clothes. It is such a stunning, stunning, stunning fragrance from this house. And it is musky as well, so the scent will project, and it leaves this sexy, beautiful sillage when you enter a room, when you exit a room. It is a stunner. I can't stress how much you need to try this fragrance because it is absolutely gorgeous. And the next fragrance we have for today is Chloe Nomad Absolu de Parfum. And this is not my favorite of the Nomad fragrances. I actually like the original Nomad fragrance better, but this one is heavier. So it's more suitable for winter. It's more suitable for early spring. It's a beautiful fragrance that you also can wear in the summertime. It's very versatile, but for me, I prefer the Nomad original because it is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to read to you the notes. This contains in the head notes, Marabelle plum. In the heart notes, Davana lend. And in the base notes, oak moss and sandalwood. And this is a woody chypre. And you can see the atomizer here. And the bottle is also gorgeous. I mean, just look at the details. I'm such a protector of my fragrances. I haven't taken this off yet. But you can see how much I've actually used of the fragrance. Absolutely adore the scent. Even though it's not my favorite of the Nomad fragrances, I adore it. And this immediately gives me the chypre vibe. It's heavy on the oak moss, but the Mirabelle Plum is prominent. That is the star of this fragrance. It's a very simple fragrance. It's not complicated. The Mirabelle Plum is center stage. Then you have the oak moss that's in the background that gives it a little flirtiness, gives it a little bit of weight. And then you have sandalwood that goes into the scent and gives it depth. It gives it a creaminess. It gives it the charismatics of sandalwood. It is not a sandalwood dominant fragrance, but you can definitely get the woodiness from the sandalwood and the creaminess from the sandalwood. This is an absolute stunner as well. I would definitely say 20 plus, you can easily wear this fragrance. And if you want a lighter version of this fragrance, I would definitely go for the Nomad Original, because that is also a stunner. I have it in my collection, so if you want me to make like a comparison video, please write it down in the comments, because I will definitely make a comparison video for you guys if you really want it, because they are similar, but they're also very different. And the next fragrance that we have on our list today, our number 3 fragrance, is Creed Silver Mountain Water. Now this is actually a new discovery to me, and it's also new in my collection. This is a test bottle, but everything in it is original, it's authentic. And the notes in this are blackberry, galbanum, orange, and the heart notes are ozonic notes. And in the base notes you have musk and sandalwood. I'm just gonna grab a blotter so I can smell the fragrance. And this to me is a masculine leaning fragrance, but women can wear this easily. This is a unisex scent that has plenty of dimension to it. I'm just gonna spray the blotter so I can get a good whiff of it. And this is the newest addition to my collection. After this, I got a gorgeous fragrance from Venezia called Golden Oud. And I also want to do a video with that in it because it is stunning. And immediately upon spraying, I get this beautiful freshness. It has some citrus in the opening. It also has a tea note, if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, it has a tea note. And blackberry, galbanum, and orange. I feel like the blackberry and the orange combined give this fragrance some sweetness, but the orange also gives this fragrance a bit of dimension, because it's not just a classic tea fresh fragrance. It is it's complex. I would definitely say it's a complex fragrance because you have like these notes that are playing off each other. You have the sandalwood in the base that gives this some creaminess, and it gives it some weight and some depth to it. But then you also have the ozonic note that gives it a lightness. The lightness combined with the orange note just makes this a very summer friendly fragrance. You can use this at the office. Nobody, in my opinion, will be offended because it's very prominent, but it's very accepting, if that makes any sense. It's a fragrance that you won't offend anyone with because it's not a heavy oud fragrance. It's not a sweet rose fragrance. It's not a overly musky fragrance that just saturates the room. This is a very well blended, gorgeous, ozonic, fresh fragrance, and it's also inspired by the Alps. So that makes complete sense to me because I'm imagining that you have plenty of space, you have plenty of fresh air, and then you have the beautiful scent that comes from the water that just runs through the valley. It's like an absolutely gorgeous scent. So if you're looking for a fragrance that's very versatile, you can wear this at a lunch brunch date. I wouldn't wear this as a night date because I feel like it's a little too safe. If you're going on a date, you probably want to smell sexy and present and a little, a little extra. I feel like this is an extra scent when you're going to work. This is an extra scent when you're going to school. This is an extra scent in so many aspects, but I don't see this as being a sex beast, if that makes any sense. But this is a stunner. If you can get your nose on it, test it, and let me know what you think about it, because it took me a long time to get it in my collection because I was doubting it. But now that I have it in my collection, I actually wear it quite frequently. It's a beautiful scent. So if you like ozonic, fresh fragrances with a beautiful tea note in it, and the blackberry that also adds to the tea note, this fragrance is definitely for you. So we're gonna move on to our next scent. And our next scent is by Atelier Vesper, and it's a beautiful niche house that makes fragrances inspired by your life. And we're going to be talking about my favorite fragrance from the house, and it's called Amica Mia. And I've tried all of the fragrances. I have small tester bottles, and then I have 2 full-size bottles, and this is a full-size bottle worthy. This is sexy. This is vanilla in a gorgeous way. This is white oud done perfectly. This is a scent that I would highly recommend you give as a gift, or you receive to yourself, or that you give to yourself. Also because this fragrance always gives me compliments. Every single time I wear this fragrance, I get compliments. People think it's sexy, it's unique, it's a head turner. It is an absolute stunner, and here is the bottle. It's called Amica Mia by Atelier Vesper. And it's a Dutch brand, and it's quite new on the market as well. And you can see that the beautiful details are inspired by Holland. They're inspired by the native country of the brand owner. And it contains notes of tuberose, basil, white oud, neroli, orange, sandalwood, tonka, and white oud. And the tonka bean in this is very prominent. I would say that the tuberose is not as dominant as it could be in other fragrances. It's not a tuberose dominant fragrance. It's in my opinion, definitely a tonka bean, white oud, orange, and then tuberose heavy fragrance. And we're gonna spray it here. I mean, this is perfection. This is stunning. This makes the hairs on the back of my neck rise. This makes me want to kiss the person who made this, because this is amazing. This is genius in my opinion. Of the fragrances I have here, I won't say this is my favorite, but it's definitely up there. I think it's better than Creed Silver Mountain Water. It's just more feminine, it's more sexy. And I would say that these are versatile fragrances. They're unisex, so you can use them as man or female, and you can also use them when you go to work. I would definitely use this as a date scent because I find it to be extremely sexy, and it projects very well from the skin the first hour. After an hour, it settles a bit more to a skin scent, but people can still smell you. And it's got this beautiful tuberose that gathers the scent. It gathers the beautiful richness of the tonka bean, and the white oud just gives us a beautiful, sexy, woody facet. And then you have the orange that really gives this scent a roundness to it. I feel like this is a very round, opulent, sweet, woody, beautiful floral fragrance that you can wear all year around. I would personally prefer to wear it in the summer, in the spring, and in the early parts of fall, because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. The tuberose in this is authentic. It's not overly done. It's not sweet. It's not overpowering. It is an authentic, nuanced tuberose. So if you like tuberose and you like a natural tuberose, and if you like a fragrance by Diptyque called Eau d'Huile, girl. So if you like a natural tuberose, this is a stunner. I love natural tuberose. I don't like tuberose when it's too sweet, too overdone, too synthetic, too lotion-like. I like a tuberose that's natural, because tuberose to me has one of the most complex notes, even with vanilla, because vanilla is also a very complex note, and it just adds so many dimensions to a fragrance. So this is Amica Mia by Atelier Vesper that makes fragrances inspired by your life. If you like diptyque, this house is definitely worth checking out because they have a lot of the same aspects to it. I would say this is a bit heavier than diptyque. It's more complex than diptyque. A lot of the diptyque fragrances are very simple. They're very natural. I think I have 3 or 4 diptyque fragrances. Just to like give you a comparison of what you're going to be getting with this. And even if you like Aesop, like this Aesop are very much alike. So check this house out, Atelier Vesper, and this is Amica Mia. And our next scent on the menu is Bucheron Quatre. And Bucheron makes some of the most, I would say, friendly fragrances. They are very easy to wear in my opinion, and Quatre is such a gorgeous, you can see the bottle. Quatre is such a gorgeous, and you can see I use it a lot, especially in the summertime. This is a classical, non-confusing rose fragrance. I'm just going to spray the blotter here. And this has notes of grapefruit, tangerine, lemon, orange, jasmine, apple, strawberry, rose, peach, white musk, cashmere and cedar, caramel, and vanilla. So this is a complex fragrance, but the way it's formulated makes it very easy to wear. It's a simplistic rose. It's a very, very easy to wear classical rose fragrance. It reminds me of my mom in the early 2000s that would wear rose fragrances. And I would say it opens up with the grapefruit that gives this a bitter sweetness, and the tangerine gives it a more rounded sweetness. The lemon adds some freshness to this fragrance. It's more on top of the scent than it is in the middle of the scent. It's a more airy note that just appears and disappears. It's not lemon heavy. And the jasmine adds some beautiful complexity to this fragrance. I'm not really picking up the apple, to be quite honest. And if it is an apple that I'm detecting, it's a green apple. It's very fresh. It's not a super sweet apple. I'm not getting a lot of the strawberry. But the rose I'm definitely getting. It's a beautiful rose fragrance. It reminds me of a bright pink rose. It's absolutely stunning. And the cashmere gives this a very, very cozy feeling. It makes the scent more of a afternoon scent because it gives it this coziness, but it also gives it some depth and complexity. And the vanilla, I'm not getting a whole lot of vanilla. This is not a vanilla heavy fragrance, but the vanilla definitely gives it some sweetness. I don't detect this as being authentic vanilla. I detect this to be more of a synthetic vanilla accord. But once again, I don't know. I didn't formulate the fragrance, so it could absolutely be an authentic vanilla, but I'm just not catching up on it because authentic vanilla also has some dirtiness to it, kind of like oud, but not in the extreme grade that oud does, but it does have a bit more dirtiness, a bit more earthiness to it as well, and I'm not getting that in this fragrance. Absolutely stunning. Let's go on to our next fragrance. And our next fragrance is I would say it's one of my favorite perfume houses, and it is Francis Kurkdjian Grand Soir. I want the Gentle Fluidity Silver. That's on my wish list because it is absolutely stunning. I'm a bit disappointed after Francis Kurkdjian is no longer the nose in the house, or I actually don't know if he's the nose, but he doesn't own the company anymore. He sold it. I feel like the fragrances that come out the last 2 years have been disappointing to say the least. They're very musky, they're very friendly. I just feel like when the house just started, they made these complex, beautiful, divine fragrances, and that was the house that also made me fall in love with fragrances. And this was the absolute first scent I got from the house. I saw a review and I was like, I need to get my nose on this because it sounds absolutely stunning. My partner can also use it, and I have not been disappointed by purchasing it. I'm actually kind of protective about it because I saw on their webpage that they don't have it anymore. They have it, but it's always sold out, so it's making me doubt if they still are going to be producing Grand Soir. But I mean, just look at this bottle. Look at this juice. Okay, we're going to be reading up some notes. It has tonka bean, vanilla, amber accord, benzoin from CM, and cyst labdanum. This is a amber fragrance, and it is one of the most well-formulated amber fragrances I've ever smelled. Like Amica Mia, I get compliments. I mean, I'm just going to dry off the bottle. I get so many compliments every time I wear this scent. And it's definitely unisex. Like a man, a female could easily wear this fragrance. On a man, it just smells a bit more rusty. It smells a little bit more, because it mixes with their body scent, so it just makes it a bit more sexy in my opinion. On a woman, it becomes, or on me, it becomes a little bit more sweeter, a bit more flirty, a bit light. But this, it has plenty of benzoin in it. And I've heard people talk that it reminds them a bit about a coconut, like not a coconut, I'm sorry, Coca-Cola fizz. I get that, but this is far more divine than a Coca-Cola fizz in my opinion. This has the beautiful sweetness and creaminess that benzoin has in its complexity. And more than that, it has a stunning vanilla amber accord. So the vanilla and the amber are just, they go so well together. They go together like apple and cinnamon. They go together like apple pie and ice cream. This is a simple, beautiful, complex fragrance all at once. And the tonka bean gives it such a beautiful creaminess and a richness. So if you're looking for a beautiful date night fragrance, or if you're looking for a scent that will give you a bit more confidence when you go to work, you do not need to look any further. If you like ambery fragrances, and I'm talking ambery, this is benzoin heavy, this is labdanum, this is vanilla, this is sex in a bottle. This is absolutely stunning. If that's your cup of tea, you need not look any further and hurry up and see if you can buy this on their webpage. Stunning. And they always have these beautiful packaging, this beautiful packaging with like a ribbon around it and a beautiful box. I do not feel like I waste any money when I go to Francis Kurkdjian. I feel like I am winning a beautiful, beautiful fragrance I can have for the rest of my life. This is versatile. But I reserve this for special occasions. I reserve this for date nights. I reserve this because it makes me feel incredibly unique and it makes me feel sexy and it gives me compliments. So I just want to wear it and preserve it as much as I can in beautiful surroundings and special occasions. So our next scent is a classic. It is Coco Madmoiselle. And I have the small bottle because I'm not a huge fan of this scent. This is not my favorite Chanel scent, but the more I wear it, the more in love I become. So this contains, 2 seconds, this contains notes of orange, this contains notes of orange, jasmine, and rose accord, patchouli, and vetiver. Vetiver is very known to be in masculine fragrances. It gives a scent class, it gives a scent sophistication. Patchouli makes a scent a bit more earthy. So I'm just going to spray it so you can see the atomizer and how it works. And it sprays a lot of fragrance at once, so I don't feel like you need to spray a lot of times to get the amount of fragrance that you want. This is stunning. Like, it's not my favorite Chanel fragrance. I have a Chanel scent collection, and I'll do a video where I tell you which one is my favorite. I'll do a ranking video of Chanel fragrances. And this definitely has a beautiful jasmine in it. And I'm just going to read the notes. It opens up with an orange that combined with the jasmine gives it a beautiful freshness. It's very youthful. It's very playful. And then you have the patchouli that is there from the get-go. You have patchouli from the beginning to the end of this fragrance. I would say after like maybe 3 hours, it's more patchouli heavy. You get more of a jasmine patchouli vetiver scent than you do with the orange and the freshness from the orange. It also has rose in it. And I would say that the rose combined with the jasmine makes this a very beautiful floral fragrance. I would say that the jasmine is more dominant, but if you really smell, if you sniff it out, you can definitely get the rose, and then the rose is actually pretty prominent as well. And to my nose, this is a beautiful, light, bright pink rose that just sits there in the garden, all dewy and ready to be sniffed. Age-wise, I would say that you can wear this as young as 16 to 18 and up, because it's youthful, it's a classic. I would be grateful if I got this as a birthday gift in that age, because it also sets the bar of the fragrances that you're going to be wearing for the rest of your life. I know in France they have a tradition of bringing their daughters when they come to age to a perfume house where the mother has been using the fragrances for the past 10 to 20 years, and then they introduce their daughters to fragrances through that brand. And this is stunning. Absolutely gorgeous. It's fresh, it's youthful, it's playful. You can definitely wear this the older you are. It's not age defined. But if I had to say, I would say 18 to, I would say 25, like 16 to 25. Like it's that range. It's not a super young teenager, but it's not a grown up in their 30s. This is a stunner, and it's very versatile. You can wear this to work. You can wear this to church. You can even wear this for dates. Like, I feel like this would be date appropriate, all depending on the date. If you're going out for a nice dinner and you know that you're maybe going to go to a seafood place, this would be stunning because it's not overpowering. It's not something that will interrupt the meal. This is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, to say the least. And our next fragrance is Initio Parfum's Rehab. So we have the lightness, we have the freshness, we have the youthfulness from Chanel Coco Madmoiselle. And our next fragrance, I would say, is not the male counterpart, but it is definitely a guy who likes to go to town, a guy who likes to go for drinks, a guy who's not afraid to speak his opinion, and that is Initio's Rehab. And this was a blind buy for me. I don't recommend blind buying, but my obsessive thoughts about fragrances make me blind buy quite a lot. Quite a lot, if I have to say myself. And this has notes of bergamot, natural lavender, black pepper, various spices, sandalwood, and musk. And the bottle is absolutely stunning. And we're going to spray it so you get to see, I'm just going to put my script here, so you get to see the blotter. This opens up with a beautiful bright bergamot, and immediately you get the lavender. This is a lavender heavy scent. If you like lavender and you like the scent of bergamot, I would definitely say this is a win. For me personally, I've had a really hard time wearing this scent. I tried to give it to my partner. He didn't like it neither. And I know that selling it won't be beneficial because I like to use it for my channel, but it is a gorgeous, youthful, sexy scent. It's a unisex fragrance, but it's definitely more masculine leaning. I would wear this scent if I was a young man going to town, going to a job interview. Could you imagine? I would recommend this scent because I believe that if I smelled this on a man, I would be instantly attracted to him because this smells gorgeous and I would want to know, what are you wearing? Because boy, do you smell sexy. On me personally, I feel like it smells kind of meh. It doesn't give me that je ne sais quoi. It doesn't make me want to wear it, to be honest. It's a creamy fragrance as well. I definitely feel like the lavender and the sandalwood combined with the musk gives this scent some creaminess. So it's not only fresh, it's not only lavender. It also has like this beautiful creaminess to it. And the black pepper gives it a tingling sensation. It makes it a bit peppery, to be honest. You can definitely smell the black pepper, but it's not a black pepper dominant scent. So if you are 20 plus male and you want a sexy fragrance that attracts women, oof, this is your scent. I've smelled it on people. I've smelled it on guys mostly when I'm in town shopping or just walking around with a girlfriend, and I immediately turn my head because this is something that will make you notice. And it's also very good to use when you have a business meeting and you're wearing your suit and you're ready to conquer. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love this fragrance, just not on me. And our next fragrance is Dior Addict. And the bottle looks like this. And this is a new discovery. I've had it for a year. That's new to me. And what makes this fragrance so absolutely seductive is the vanilla. If you like Diorama by Dior, they have an exclusive line and they have like this beautiful vanilla fragrance. This is almost the same vanilla. And I love that scent. I just didn't want to pay the price for it. From the exclusive line. So instead, I smelt this scent and it satisfied my need for that beautiful vanilla. Now I might get the scent at some other point in time, but right now my collection is pretty full and I don't see a need to have it when I have Dior Addict. I mean, look at it, and it's a classic. It is such a classic scent. And I'm going to read the notes for you. It has orange blossom, sambac jasmine absolute, bourbon vanilla, and mandarin leaf. Now we're gonna spray the scent so you can get a feel of the atomizer. Now, to my nose, this has a weird opening. But after just 1 minute, immediately you get the beautiful vanilla and the orange blossom. Orange blossom is one of my absolute favorite notes. It's a beautiful, sweet, seductive, fresh, youthful note. And you have the beautiful bourbon vanilla. This smells like an authentic vanilla to me. It is deep, it is sweet, it is complex. It has a bit dirtiness to it. And the jasmine is the star of the show. Like, I feel like jasmine fragrances can be done so beautifully, and they can also be done in a way that makes you not want to wear them. And this is a beautiful jasmine. And it also contains mandarin leaf. I'm not sure what mandarin leaf smells like, but you definitely have a bit of zesty freshness in it, which gives the jasmine some lightness. It gives the vanilla some lightness. This is an ambery, beautiful jasmine scent that just dances on the skin. To me, this is sexy, seductive. It's mature, not in your grandma kind of way. It is a date night fragrance. I love to wear it when I'm going out with my partner. I like to wear it at night if I want to feel a little extra. And I highly recommend that you get your nose on this, especially if you like vanilla, especially if you like Diorama from the Dior exclusive line. This is stunning. They are nothing alike, those two fragrances, but the vanilla note in both of them, magic. Which brings me to our last fragrance of the day, which is Libre by YSL. I've lost my cap for it, but the bottle is just absolutely stunning. This has notes of mandarin oil, petitgrain, lavender, and black currant. Now, let's just get our blotter and spray. This is a scent I have given many women compliments for wearing without knowing what they were wearing. It is sexy. The mandarin oil definitely is present. It gives the scent some sweetness, some tartness, some seductiveness. It's just really, really a beautiful note in this scent. The petitgrain gives it some dimension, some texture. And then the lavender. This is a lavender heavy scent, and it's not that seen that you use a lot of lavender in female fragrances, but again, the name is Libre, which is freedom. Of course, you're going to use lavender, and lavender can also be very soothing as a note. But in this scent, it is sexy. And the reason to why I got my fragrance is because I tried it on, and I asked my boyfriend, what do you think about it? And he was like, ooh, that is sexy. And I was like, ooh, I need that. I need this in my collection if that is your reaction, because it is sexy. It is beautiful. And you have the black currant. The black currant gives it, I want to say, a bit of a tea vibe. It is a beautiful, sweet, tart, well-rounded black currant, and I would say that the black currant and the mandarin oil combined together is stunning. And the lavender, it also has some creaminess to it, and I don't know what it is that is giving this scent the creaminess that I'm detecting, but it is such a smooth fragrance, and I would definitely recommend this fragrance if you're looking for a scent you can wear to work, where you need to be a boss bee and you want to stand out. This is for you. If you want a fragrance that you can wear to an exam and feel confident, if you are looking for a fragrance that you can wear for date night, nights out, and if you're looking for a fragrance that is versatile but still very, very unique and definitely stands out of the crowd and projects. This projects off your skin. This leaves a beautiful sillage, and people will want to track you down when you wear it. This is for you. I wouldn't spray heavy with this because it can become overpowering for people sitting around you. I've tried it once where a lady was wearing it, and I was like, ooh, baby, you poured too much on your skin today. But I was still curious to know what she was wearing because it is a beautiful fragrance, and I always want to be introduced to new fragrances. That was my list of new fragrances for a new year and a new you. I hope that you found this video helpful, and please let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, what you think about the list. Have you tried any of these fragrances? Because I'm really curious to know. Please hit the like button. That would make me so happy. Hit the notification button so you know when I upload a next video, and please subscribe to my channel because that makes me know that you want to watch my videos. My name is Ellen Rasmussen, and thank you so much for watching. Until I see you again, bye!